Stay as long as it's comfortable. And then if you want, bend the elbows and come into a version of flying butterfly. Beautiful. So you can drop the heart, let the head relax, stay hooked with the elbows. Okay, so this is how we're going to come out of it. We're going to push down with our feet and then engage our arms and pull up. Hold on to the swing and lean back, open it up. We'll return, nice. We'll return to that position. So you can pull down with both arms. There you go. Nice and then. Good. Open it up. We're going to come into the pose that I call wow, which sometimes turns into a whoa. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to grab for the front. See the leg loop has two sides. Grab for the front. Put your arm behind, and then hook the back. Yeah. Put an X in the leg loop. Yeah. Good. Does that make sense? So thread through Lucinda, so you're grabbing the back leg. Yeah. So that way when we pull, there's an X at our ankles. Beautiful. So in this position, I reach a little bit higher. Gonna inhale, lean back. Exhale, see if I can pull my feet up towards the sky. Keep the arms straight. And then this is W. So this is the wow. Sometimes the legs don't come up and it's like, whoa, what just happened? So just give it a try. Beautiful. Arch and open your heart when you lean back. Really good, guys. So we're pulling down strongly with our arms to an extent. Feels really good and it looks really cool. Little intense on the hands, so come back up when you're ready. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Since we're having extra playtime today, you guys wanna try the kamikaze? Yes. I'll just show you, and then you can decide if you want to do it. So I like to switch to the arches of the feet for this one. Okay, it gives me a little bit more control. We could stay with the X, but we're going to come through bottom. Okay, we're going to reach up as high as we can. Let's come through our flying monkey. So press the hips up and lean back. So hold on to your leg loops the whole time. It's really important to hold on to the leg loops. Sit up. Everybody's got the leg loops. Good. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to open our legs so we come into the wide straddle. Stay in a bicep curl. And then if you can, lean forward. Keep holding on. Squeeze the legs together. And then flip around. Just watch your feet, Selena, there. Yeah, you got it. And then we come, I know, it's intense. It's like, what? Yeah, you might, if you don't have the feet, the leg loops on the feet, it makes it actually harder. You just basically wind up at the knees. So let's try it one more time. Let's come back down. How did you get there? Okay, swing bottom. So if we try, let's see, yeah, no, let's hold on to both sides. Just makes it a little bit safer. So reach up as high as you can, leg loops. Press the hips up, lean back, flying monkey. So we inhale, pull ourselves up to sit. Now this is a little bit of engagement with the arms. This is a little bit of arm strength. We stay in a bicep curl and we extend the legs. So this is a strong position. We can come down, but to come into our kamikaze, we have to pull up, flip forward, legs together.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
I'm scared. There you go. Nice, Selena.
Uh-huh. So you never let go. I'm gonna slide. Isn't that fun?
I'm feeling really nauseous right now.
Drink some ginger brew. I got it. Okay, so legs wide. Hold on to the leg loops as high as you can. Okay, cool. So do a little bicep curl. From this position, legs wide. I'll tell you every step. Do a little bicep curl. Now start to lean forward. Yes. Come on, lean forward. I got you. And then tuck. Oh, tuck. Tuck what? Tuck, lean forward. And then tuck. I don't know what tucking is. It's like doing a sit-up. Okay, let me show you from here.
Forward somersault.
Yeah, so you have to tuck, which means you're engaging your core. So the tuck is just leaning forward. Jump a little higher. So you have to tuck, right? So head comes down. It's like a pike in your. It's supposed to be hard. It's actually only challenging because our reptilian brain was intelligently developed for us not to do a face plant. So if we didn't get that alarm system that went off that said, no, you're good, then there would be something wrong with our DNA. But that's what's so fun about using the swing, is we're actually reprogramming the brain to trust our body and our strength to be able to flip around.
Yeah.
But it is scary. I just have to show you. We can do it next time. It's something to look forward to. Okay, so coming back to the regularly scheduled program. Really good, guys. So we have about 15 more minutes of playtime. So we're going to do a few leg stretches. We're going to come into some core strengthening to prepare us to do the side spins. I'll show you how to do the Jedi kicks. And then we're going to have a nice, long, luxurious meditation and activation for the full moon class. And then if we can get really zany, climb up onto the roof and watch it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so from here, just relax into your sumo squat. Take a break whenever you need to. You can always come down to the ground. Anytime you get woozy, that's the key. Just reground, anchor the energy down. Let's grab to the right leg loop, look behind the ankle, and just let the hips sway. So we're holding on with our forearms if it's too much on the armpits, right? So just hang out here. So to come into some leg stretches, I'm first going to grab for the leg loop and pull in. Flex the foot back for a hamstring stretch, right? So this one's not doing much. We're just going to let it bop. Sometimes I'll hold on to it with a little wrist wrap, just so it doesn't go anywhere. So otherwise it sometimes it's like, okay. Now from here, we're just going to come into another floating pigeon. This knee can be straight or bent, just depends on what you like. Okay. Drop the hips and hang out wherever you are. So there's really no weight in this one. I call this the I Dream of Genie move. Actually, hook the foot more or less. It's fun. It's like being at the beach. Okay, so the grounding poses might really help you. So we're going to keep one foot on the ground.
I'm so sorry, I actually have to go. I just got a call to talk to my husband.
Freaking out?
He's got something going on, and I have to go pick him up. I might be able to be back, though, in like 20 minutes. If I can just get there.
Get to the Shavasana.
Okay.
All right, so from here,
I hope he'll be back.
no problem. So from here, we're going to bend the right knee in. So we're bending the knee out for a pigeon. We bend it in and come into a lounge. So I call these the floating lunges or lounge pose. So if we keep holding on to the leg loop, we get a little bit more stability. We're going to hook the elbow and drop the hips. Beautiful, guys. Just let that happen. So the knee is pointing down towards the ground, and I'm squaring my hips. See if you can square your hips to the mirrored wall. It's a little bit different, right? A little bit more intense in the thought. If we want to go a little bit further, we're going to straighten the front leg. Straighten the front arm and leg and just extend. Awesome. Okie dokie. Now we're going to come forward. We're going to try something a little bit tricky. We're actually going to extend the leg back behind us and then come into our warrior three. I know it takes a little bit of engagement, right? And then we're going to bring it forward. Just try to balance. You can hold on to the swing if you need to. And then back around again. So just play with your balance a little bit. We're letting ourselves float and fly and swing in the space. Beautiful. So what we're doing is we're lubricating the hip joint, coming forward and back. Right? And we're using our arms to engage, which will allow us to have a little bit more balance in space. Really good. And then one more time, come forward. From here, we're going to hold on and sit back down. Really good. Nice, guys. We're going to incorporate a few standing poses so that way we can keep a nice straight body and engage our core when we do some of the flips. So, second side, hold on to the leg loop with both hands. Left foot hooks. Extend through our floating Buddha. Release. Oops. Right knee down. So we can either engage our core here, or we can just plant. So just find whichever way feels good for you today. A couple different variations. I'm gonna hold on with my wrist wrap, bend the knee in, floating pigeon on this side. Now in the floating pigeon, we can keep the knee straight or bent. I usually like to kind of sway a little bit, right? It's just kind of nice. Sway it out. Only if it feels good. Now, the more that we traction the hip down, knee towards the ground, the bigger the stretch. Just see if you can find that natural limitation for you where you're not going too far. Then we're going to pick up, right knee, hook it, and relax. Good. Sway a little bit from side to side again. A little bit of playtime. Good. All righty. Release. Right knee down. So hold on to the leg loop the whole time. It's safer on the knee if you keep it bent. Turn it over, loop center, and come into the lounging pose. Really good. Extend the arm, extend the leg. Hook with the elbow. Keep holding on. It gives a little bit more stability. Drop in. So this should feel really good. The more that we square the hips, traction the knee down towards the ground, the deeper the stretch. Really good. So turn your hips towards the, yeah. There you go. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the tight spot that we're avoiding. All right. So stay here for a few breaths. Just drop and let that happen. The more that we let gravity do the work, the better it feels. The quad will open at its own pace that way. Okay, so now we're going to release the leg loop, come back through center. I'm going to release both leg loops and come into my warrior 3. See, right now we're playing with balance, even though it's a little bit shaky. Keep your foot in the leg loop and then just extend forward. Now from here, we're going to bring the leg around. If you want, you can hold on. If you need to. We have lots of things to grab. You can bring it back. Now see if you can get the leg forward and back in space and lubricate the hip joint. So when we come here, we're fully extending. And when we come up, we're coming straight up and down. There you go. Forward, extending. So horizontal with the earth. And then when we come up. Good. Can you feel how that helps us engage all through the torso, the front of the body? Yeah, balance. Good.
And the whole.
It's really different for nice spins. It's really different to actually rotate the hip in space like that. We hardly ever, I mean, doing it without the swing is a little challenging, but here you can feel the hip turns over, and we start to rotate back. So it's actually really good for the hip joint. It's very therapeutic. Then we come back and we're going to hang. Come through, we're floating. Windshield wiper out. Okie dokie. So the first thing we're going to do is practice coming into our inversions. So from the inversions, we'll build up on it to come into the side spin. Now that we got the hips rotating in space, it's going to be a lot easier for us to do the sit and spin when we get to the point where we're rotating our pelvis down towards the ground. Really good, guys. Okay, cool. So watch me first. We're going to build on what we did before. I'm going to come through my reverse namaste into ladle. And then I'm going to keep holding on. I'm going to bring my legs wide. And then I'm going to hook them around. So make sure the swing slides into the waist on top of the hips. Otherwise it squeezes the love handles. So just try it. Okay? We're going to do it together. So we're going to come from our wide straddle. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the hands together, press the hips up and lean back. Now from here, hold on to the swing. Okay?